Good afternoon, Bharat. Good afternoon. How are you all? I hope all of you are fine and doing your studies properly. Good afternoon, Jivanangshu. I hope all of you are fine and studying properly, because you know that in this situation there are no other ways than to study, right? You can only enrich yourself through study. Yes. Okay, good afternoon to all of you. Fine. I am fine, Rajlakshmi, thank you so much. I am fine. But yes, we are missing your chit chats, your naughtiness. I am missing the class full of students. Otherwise, I am fine. Okay. So today what we are going to study, that you know that we were discussing about the Vijayanagara Empire, right? The Vijayanagara Empire and what were the specific features of Vijayanagara Empire that we were studying, and today from that all we are going to study the royal center of Vijayanagar. So, we are going to study the royal center of Vijayanagar. So, from the name itself, the royal center, we can understand that this portion or the center of which I am talking about today, or I will be talking about today, will be related to the royalty, and the royalty means the Rajas, the kings and emperors and all these royal things, right. So, today we will see that the total construction of royal center, some of the specific architectures and how the royal center was built in Vijayanagar Empire. As I told you that the Vijayanagar Empire was built upon a rocky mountainous area. So, the royal center was also built among that. And I told you that the Vijayanagar Empire had 7 lines of fortification, and this royal center was in the central of it, in the middle of it. Surrounding the royal center, there were 7 layers of fortification, or 7 layers of walls, 7 layers of protection, right. So, with this we should see that if you see the map of Vijayanagar, the location of royal center was in the southwestern part. So, it is in the southwestern part of the empire. It is in the southwestern part of the empire, and it has many palaces, many other architectures which is related to the royalty. Along with that, the royal center had 60 temples which were made beautifully and which were dedicated to different gods and goddesses, where the royal family members can only worship. Understood? Why? Why now? My question is that in the royal center we have the temples. Royal center is a place of the royalty. There should be palaces, there should be other halls, there should be palace of the queens, but why temples are located in the royal center? Because all these kings of this empire, or all the kings of whatever empire they may be belonging, they had a tendency to attach themselves. They had a tendency to attach themselves with the divine quality, which means that if suddenly I come to you and I say that I am so and so and I want to rule you, you are going to be my subjects. Why will you listen to me? Why will you obey my orders? Why will you come under my control? There can be a questions, right? But if I say that Lord Shiva has told me to rule over you, Lord Vishnu has told me or gave me the duty to protect you, to give a proper protection to you people, then the subjects, then the you people can say or can obey me. That means, so we are putting a divine sanctity, we are putting a divine sanction to our own authority. That is why the temples were built. The temples were built and the temples were used for the royal purposes, to give them a royal sanctity, to give them a divine sanctity. Understood? Fine. As I told you before that the Vijayanagar Empire was completely found in a ruined condition by Colonel Colin Mackenzie. Most of the buildings, most of the palaces, most of the residential areas were broken, were ruined, were destroyed, right? But still in the royal center 30 building complexes have been found, which was huge in size. Huge means huge in size, and as according to their size, historians have stated that those 30 buildings may be related to the royal palace or the royalty, right? Okay. Among them, one of the very interesting place or interesting building was Mahanavami Dibba. One of the very interesting place was Mahanavami Dibba. What is this? Mahanavami Dibba is a kind of this type stage. This was huge in size. The height and the size, let me see, what's it? It is this height, this is the base. From base the height is 40 feet and the base is about 1000 square kilometer. Can you imagine the place, square feet, 1000 square feet, 11,000 and 40 feet high. It was a stage. It was huge. And nowadays if you visit, there is above the stage you cannot find anything. It's like a platform. It has some stairs, right? And the stairs are also very huge. So 40 feet, you can understand that how big, how high it is. And if you go over it on the platform, you can see the platform is a huge platform where there are places or there are options where you can see that maybe, or where you can also feel that maybe there were pillars, that over this there were pillars and maybe a temporary shade was there, huge shade. Maybe the shade was made of wood, maybe the shade was made of cloth, this was made of stone. So, this is intact till today, and those pillars or those roof or the cover is not there till today. According to some of the historians, that this was one of the audience hall or audience stage. Means that as from the name we can understand that it is related to Mahanavami. Mahanavami, you know that it is the 9th day of one kind of a autumn festival or autumn puja of Durga, or Saptami, Ashtami, Navami. So, it is the Mahanavami Dibba. So, maybe this platform was related to that kind of rituals of Navami, which was celebrated mostly all over North India as Navratri, in Bengal as Durga Puja, and maybe in South as Mahanavami and Dasera. Till today, if you go to Mysore, the Dasera is very famous there. They celebrate the Dasera in a very, very interesting way, right? So, maybe the Vijayanagar kings, they used to celebrate the Navami in this way. Now, whether there was a Durga Puja or not, that we do not know. But Durga Puja is not their style. They are the people of Karnataka, so they do not worship Durga. So, maybe Durga Puja was not there, but some other festivals, some other rituals may be there, which is related to this 9th day festival of the autumn, of the month of autumn, right? And some historians and archaeologists, they have suggested that maybe this platform or this Mahanavami Dibba was used for performances. Maybe the kings and the queens, they used to sit on a high platform far away, and the dancers, they used to dance over it. Sometimes the wrestlers, they used to do their kind of a performance over there. And you know that in Navratri in North India and especially in Gujarat, there is a tradition of playing the dandiya, right? There is a song and the boys and girls and everybody, they play the dandiya. So, maybe that type of folk dance festival maybe took place on this platform, because it was huge, it was very high, and a lot of people together can do the performance here, right? For this purpose it was built, maybe, and it was also told that during this time maybe not only the performances were done, but also some Nayakas or Amara Nayakas, they came to show their respect. They came to show their loyalty to the emperors, to the kings through this. Like they could bring some gifts like elephants or rhinos or cows or buffaloes or something like that. So, if they have brought something like that, they could show that over this stage. Understood? And the king used to accept that, and that was taken aback. Understood? In your book, page number 180, there is a small picture of Mahanavami Dibba, but from this picture you cannot understand actually the size. Everyone is having internet today. Please Google it about the images, and you can check the hugeness. You can understand the hugeness of this Mahanavami Dibba. Understood? Fine. Okay. So, other buildings in the royal center, one of the most beautiful buildings in the royal center was the Lotus Mahal. The Lotus Mahal was very beautiful, and from the name itself you can understand that it was very beautiful. as it is named upon the most beautiful flower or the national flower of India, that is lotus. The Lotus Mahal, it was named by the archaeologists, it was named by the historians who have checked or who have visited the Vijayanagar Empire after a long time. When they watched all the ruins, when they saw everything, they named this building as Lotus Mahal because its structure was like the lotus. Like I can show you, I hope all of you can see this. Yes, you can see this structure. This is the Lotus Mahal. So, you can understand that these are the small petals, this is the main stem, and these are like the petals. And if you check it through the drone from above, from the top, from a helicopter view or the drone view, you can see it looks like a open lotus. So, that is why this building was named after the Lotus Mahal. But the historians, they are not at all sure about the function of the Mahal. How and why the Mahal was used, why this Mahal was built, there is no proper answer. By seeing its beauty, by seeing its intricate sculptures and paintings and everything, historians, they have said maybe this was a building where the kings, they used to have secret agenda meetings. It was the best furnished, it was the best architectured hall in the whole empire, where the main important traditional decisions were taken, where foreign delegates or foreign ambassadors used to come and they used to meet the king. Like in Mughal era, in Mughal empire, you have seen or you have heard about a place or about a court which is known as Diwani Khas. That means an office for the Khas people. Khas means special. So, this Lotus Mahal may be used as the Diwani Khas or the meeting hall for the special people, right? Okay, fine. While most of the temples located on the sacred center, there were several in the royal center as well. One of the most spectacular of this was known as Hazara Rama temple. This was probably meant to use by the king and by his family. So, we are also getting the name of another temple in the royal center. The royal center is having one of the beautiful temple whose name is Hazara Rama temple. Maybe this temple was dedicated to Lord Ram, and on the outside wall of this temple, the whole Ramayana was sculpted. The whole Ramayana was written through stories, written through pictures in the whole wall of the temple. And in South Indian temples, there is a technique of building it, like see in this picture, page number 183, you can see a panel, right? The lower panel is having the elephants, above it, it's having the horses, right? So, and then they are having the soldiers, which shows that the most strong animal of the animal kingdom is elephant. Now, sculptures of elephant means that the elephants are holding the temple on their back, and horses, they are very powerful. So, which symbolizes that the temple is under the control of a very powerful hand, a very powerful king, and above them there are soldiers, which shows or which means that they are, or the temple is under the protection of a well trained army, or there are armies and soldiers to protect the temple and its god, as well as the people of the city, people of the empire. Understood? Fine. Now today we will also see the sacred center. In the sacred center, as I have already told you, that it is the place where temples can be found. It is the place where temples can be found. Just wait a minute. Okay. This is the place where temples can be found, and we are going to study two very important temples of Vijayanagar, right. One is Virupaksha temple, and another is Vithala temple. Two, Virupaksh and Vithala. In the Virupaksh, I told you that this Virupaksh is a form of Shiva, and this Virupaksh was a deity, was a god who were protecting the whole Vijayanagar empire. And there was also a guardian deity or a guardian goddess whose name was Pampa Devi, and Pampa Devi, she meditated, she did a penance, she wanted to marry Virupaksh, that's why she meditated and they got married. So this form of Shiva, that is Virupaksh, and Pampa Devi was known as the Shiva and Parvati ji. So in the Virupaksh temple, we can find the idols or the images of the two gods and goddesses, that is Virupaksh and Pampa Devi. And I also have told you that their marriage day till today is celebrated. So on that very day, the images of Virupaksh and Pampa Devi is brought out, and a function took place, a special kind of worship or a puja take place, and people can worship. The whole temple is decorated in a very beautiful manner. Okay. So this temple, as I told you, that these are South Indian temples. So these are having the Deccan style. In my 4th chapter, I have told you that there are two styles of temple building available in India. One is a Nagara style, which is seen in North India, and another is the Dravidian style, which is seen in South India. So definitely this Virupaksh temple was of this Dravidian style, and as it was built in the Dravidian style, it had a huge gopuram. Gopuram means a gateway. Through the gateway, if you enter, there is the temple, and the temple was built in a very beautiful manner, and till today the Virupaksh temple is there where the worship takes place. And not only that, the Vijayanagar kings, they claim to rule on behalf of god Virupaksh. That's why I told you that they took a divine sanctity, they took a divine green signal. So for the Vijayanagar kings, Virupaksh was that god, but who has told them to rule the Vijayanagar common people. So they used to rule on behalf of Virupaksh, as if Virupaksh, as he is a god, he cannot rule the people, so he has sent his messengers, he has sent his representatives to rule the people. So wherever these Vijayanagar kings, they used to sign an order or sign something or give some order to the common people, they used to sign Shri Virupaksha. Shri Virupaksha, that means Mr. Virupaksh. That means Virupaksh, the god, the main god, is signing or giving the order from the mouth of the kings. Understood that how much this Virupaksh was important for the Vijayanagar people. And if you still go, you can see that the Vijayanagar people still believe in this Virupaksh and they used to worship in this Virupaksh temple, right. And another temple which I will mention, that is Vithala. Vithala temple is like, Vithala temple was one of the finest temples I have ever seen in India's ancient and medieval architectural styles. One is definitely the Ellora's Kailash, temple Kailash, and one was definitely this Vithala temple. This Vithala temple, Vithala was a form of Vishnu. Vithala was a form of Vishnu in which he was worshipped in Vijayanagar, and the form of Vishnu, that is Vithala, it is still worshipped in the name of Vithala in Maharashtra, and Maharashtra and Karnataka, they share the borders, which means that the Vijayanagar people, they have learned the worship of Vithala from the Maharashtrians, right. This shows that they had a good relationship with the Maharashtrian people. Whoever was living there in Maharashtra during that time, they had a good relations with the Vijayanagar people. Now, if you enter the Vithala temple, again you have to go through the Gopuram, that is the gateway which is built. Then you have to come across a chariot. The chariot is very famous nowadays. It is, as I told you, that it is under the UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is painted, or it is sorry, not painted, it is printed in one of the recent notes of India, maybe 50 or 100, 200. Just check it, that there is a chariot of Hampi. Hampi's chariot is printed over the notes of either 50 or not 100, I think, or 100 also can be there. Ma'am, we can see more than one temple at one place. Yes, yes Ashmita, you can see more than 60 temples, nearly 70 to 80 temples are there in Vijayanagar, in the sacred region. Okay. Yes, the Vijayanagar is full of temples. Sanjana is typing something. Check the note if you have the note where the picture of this chariot is there. This chariot, it is built by stone. You can understand by the structure, by the construction, that how delicately it was built, and it is built just in front of the main temple. Why? It was believed that God Vithala or God Vishnu will come directly to earth on that particular chariot, and after he comes, he will directly go to the temple and will sit there. That is why the chariot was built, and just in front of the chariot there is a stone pathway to enter the temple. When you enter the temple, you can see pillars like this, not this much big, but pillars from one pillar, like you know I am very bad at drawing, but still I am trying to show you. Like this is one pillar, one big pillar. This was not that much straight, it was definitely carved. Then from this pillar, other pillars were carved surrounding this pillar. Like if this is the pillar, understood? This is the pillar. Surrounding this, my other fingers are the other pillars. Understood? But they were carved from the same stone structure. It is carved from the same one stone structure. And not only that, from this one stone structure, there are 7 pillars. Like if this is the pillar, this is a block of stone. From that, one pillar is carved. Then other 7 pillars were also carved from the same stone. Then the interesting part is this 7 pillars surrounding this one have the tunes of sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni. If you just touch the pillars like this, they will make the tune. They were carved in such a way that they will make that sound which is resembling the sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni. That means the 7 tunes, 7 pillars on a particular pillar, all are carved from one single stone. This was the speciality of Vithala. Why that musical pillars were carved? Because I told you that in the mandapa area, there were music and dance performances for the god, like for God's entertainment. So when there was a music and dance participant was going on, that time they can beat the pillars and they can have the music. Understood? And you can see in the page number 186, the actual carvings of Vijayanagar pillars. This was actual, then surrounding it, other 7 small pillars were carved which had tunes in it. Just imagine. Understood? So in this way, the Vijayanagar Empire, they had built beautiful temples which is now a kind of a surprise, kind of a amazement for the whole world. Understood? So I will stop here today. Any questions, any doubts, please? By this we have completed this chapter. So tomorrow I request all the students who will be present in the class that please bring a notebook, then I can give you the questions of this chapter according to the class. There is no need to go through the e-book, e-portal or something. So we can give the questions and some of the answers through the class. So next day you bring your copy with you. I hope there is no questions and doubts. So till then, bye bye.